Joey with GeekTyrant. This is Drupals. We're here at CinemaCon 2017.
Yep.
We just got a 20th Century Fox panel, and we wanted to talk to you about some footage we saw for Matt Reeves' upcoming film, War for the Planet of the Apes.
Right.
Trailer for this was released earlier today.
Yep. So
and we wanted to just share with you. You've already seen that. So we're not going to talk about that, but one thing we do want to talk about is some footage that wasn't released.
Yeah, we saw some extended footage that you do see part of in the trailer, so we can kind of expound upon what was there and then what we saw.
Exactly, and this footage basically introduces us to a new character in the film.
Yeah.
We get a glimpse of this character in the trailer, but this one shows us how
like who
Caesar
he is, how he comes about, right?
Yeah,
how they meet him and everything. So in the trailer, you see the group of monkeys and the little girl, but they're talking to another ape who can also talk.
Yes.
And he's talking about like bad humans and stuff like that. But in here, we get this whole thing where they're up looking for humans, like on this like high-rise power cable line and stuff like that.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
And so
there's a little girl down on the horse.
Right, on the horses. So there's a bunch of horses for the apes and stuff like that. And then we see this hooded figure with like a coat and everything, like
really
coming up.
Short.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, oh, maybe it's like some like
little,
I
thought it was a woman,
kid.
You know, or a kid.
I thought it was a kid.
Yeah.
Coming up to the
but
to another
they're sneaking
kid.
up and like looking through the stuff on the horses, trying not to like let the girl know that he's
stealthy.
there. Yeah, very stealthy and stuff. But then one of the apes looks down and sees it and he's like, whoa, hey!
Especially after the ape takes one of the guns off their horse.
Take up like a shotgun kind of thing.
And so when they come, when they see it, they come jumping down, and then they jump on their horses.
Yeah,
and
the figure takes the horse and just starts running off.
And by the way, it's just funny that apes are riding horses.
What are you talking about? They've always ridden horses.
I know, but I'm sitting there, I'm like, this is just...
Oh no! Know what I liked about it, especially because it was designed by Weta and everything like that. They totally took into account that the legs of the apes were shorter than humans, and so these saddles were clearly made by the apes for apes.
It was interesting. I thought it was cool.
No,
I'm not complaining about it.
Oh no, it was interesting.
And it was just one of those thoughts where I'm watching it and I'm just like, apes riding horses. I know I've seen this before, but right now I'm just kind of like, apes riding horses?
Right? Anyways,
random thought.
Totally.
So they chase him down into this ski resort.
Yeah.
And then into a lodge.
Right. Yeah, and it's like all, decrepit. Like snow's gotten into this place and stuff like that, right? Over the years and everything.
And so they're coming in, guns drawn.
Yeah, they got it's just like, holy cow, this is crazy. And like one of the other apes is like orangutan. He's got like the girl with them just to make sure that they don't get hurt and stuff like that. So. And it's just a small band, and you're wondering, like, what's happening with all the other apes? Where are these guys coming from?
Yeah, exactly.
But they go in and they like find out. They see the trail that goes into this like fireplace, and they're just like, they draw their guns, and then you see the gun get thrown out, and like the other thing he stole, binoculars. Yeah. And then he just comes out like all like this. You still don't see who it is.
Yeah, we don't know who it is.
And then he looks up, and you see this ape face in this coat, and you're just like, whoa! And he's just like, bad ape, and you're just like, what's going on?
Bad ape,
and it was crazy.
What? This is interesting.
It really was. It was really compelling, and then it turns out this is another ape that can speak like Caesar. Because all the other,
but doesn't know sign language because the other apes start talking in sign language,
and he's just
like
he just doesn't understand. He's like,
why can't we?
So Caesar's communicating with him and everything, and he's like finding out that this guy came from the Sierra Zoo, and other apes had also spoke. They also learned how to speak and everything.
But they
were eradicated. Yeah. And it gets Caesar thinking, are there others like us? Not just in this immediate area.
Yeah, because they didn't know. The other apes didn't know that there were there were other groups of apes out there that could actually talk.
They didn't know about how the virus spread.
Yeah, exactly.
And it started killing the humans. And I love the quote. It was like, humans got sick, apes got smart.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, that's so cool, right? So I'm really excited about this because it showed, and then again with the trailer, it just showed how like everyone's just trying to do their own thing, trying to figure out in the world where we don't have like mass communication and stuff, right? So all these different groups are forming, and clearly other ape groups are forming.
And they want this ape. This ape knows of other human groups out there.
Yeah.
And Caesar and the other apes want him to take them to these human. They call it. What do they call?
The soldiers.
The soldiers, but they called the...
Well, Willie Harrison's character is the Colonel.
Yes.
And they did call him the Colonel, so they've met the Colonel at this point.
Yes.
And they're still looking for him. But the other ape that can speak, he does not want to go back because he says like that they'll kill us if we go back, essentially.
Yeah.
And he's trying everything to convince them not to leave.
Oh, that's what he called.
Yeah.
He called these places where other humans gathered. When he's calling the other human,
right? Yeah.
When he's talking about these other humans, he's calling these calls where they reside zoos.
Yeah, human zoos.
Human zoos, which I thought was
it was really interesting.
Yeah.
But it's like they were saying it sounded like what happened was there were other human settlements, and either they were where they were quarantined, and they like the soldiers came and took them out because like they didn't want the virus to spread anymore, or like they just died off and were killed by they were killed by humans, the other humans.
Exactly.
Okay, so there you go. But but beyond that, like, what else did you take from it?
There was there was one other scene, kind of a charming little scene between the new ape and the young human girl, where she's kind of fiddling with something. He's like, "No touch."
Yeah, don't touch.
No touch. It's mine.
That's right. Yeah.
Like,
but then when Caesar wants to leave,
ape. Yeah.
Then he's like, he's all for it. He's like, oh, she can have it now. See?
Yeah,
and you guys stay. And then we look down, and
it's a Nova.
It's Chevy Nova, like side plate for the
I was just like, oh, that was cool.
That's really cool. All right,
it was just an interesting little thing, like just like what they find interesting about the human world and stuff like that. But you really get a sense of these characters and what they're doing, and it was just and where this movie is going. I mean, this scene set up where the rest of the movie is going to take us. I wouldn't be surprised. They didn't say, but I wouldn't be surprised if this was kind of the first part of the movie.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Or
I
definitely
get the feeling
very
it's like
early
early on.
Yeah.
Like after they meet the colonel. So I bet there's like some kind of really big conflict at the beginning that sets them off to go tracking the colonel and then finding these other settlements of apes.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right.
But that was it.
That was it. That was all we got beyond the trailer.
But it's I'm definitely excited for this movie.
Oh my gosh.
Reeves has once again done something great with it, and if you guys like the last one, from everything I'm gathering from this one, it looks like it's going to be even better. I mean, you guys saw the trailer. If that doesn't, it just looks incredible. Looks awesome. So I'm very excited for War for the Planet of the Apes.
Yep, me too.
Anyway, that's all we got to say about that. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later. Take it easy, everybody.